No excuses today. Fight for the shit. What you got inside, is that all you got to give?
Welcome back. This is the Australian Indie Wrestling Show. Fellow wrestlers, trainees, event support staff, friends, foes, and everyone between. If you've got a question, if you've got a ringtone of a man screaming his lungs out, you better hit up the Doomslayer and see what he's about. Because Doomy, you've not always been a fan of this podcast, my friend, but you
Oh, no. I had a long-standing one-way feud, I guess. I was like, God damn, this podcast with their stupid lists, ranking things. Well, by what metric are they ranking all the 60-plus companies in Australia? This is bullshit. What do you think, Jackson Parker, my mate from TCW? Is like, fuck these guys. I know he went a bit harder on you guys than I did. And then I'm like, right, unsubscribe.
Oh, shit.
Then you do something else. Subscribe.
Oh, good.
Unsubscribe.
So that's you flip-flopping our count all about the place, is it?
Oh, now we know.
It's good to work out who it finally is, so maybe we can keep you on side now, hey? You know? But,
That's the way you work through the Australian wrestling. First as peak pro wrestling, and now you've got Doomslayer, so, you know, you're building the stable.
That's it. Getting everyone on our team.
That's it. We're going around the states, mate. Hey, like, you know, so we're getting everyone.
Yep.
Yeah, and then it's Tasmania's turn this week, so we got Doomslayer on. And Doomslayer, everyone knows where the name comes from. You're a big Bottom fan, Rick Mail, Aid Edmondson. Of course, it's from that show. But you've actually done something that I really want to do in life.
And that's go to the Rick Mail bench. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, that's pretty much
okay,
it, man.
that's
it. That's I'd love to do that, my friend. But you know, I know you're not as big Bottom fan as Big Fudge, but you do love the old Aid Edmondson and Rick Mail Bottom show. But this has always been the dream job for you, but you started at 36, man. Was that just because Tasmania nothing around, or you had to start it up yourself, or?
That's because my job, my previous position at my work was an evening job, so that ruled out training at least twice a week because TCW does their training on Monday and Wednesday afternoons, and so then it meant I could only train on a Saturday morning at that time, and for some reason I thought that once a week wouldn't be enough for me to get started. Which you see students come through and once a week. At the start, you really want to be training more than once a week, I think. Is that what you think as well, Don?
Yeah, 100%. At least 2, if not 3 sessions a week, just to condition your body to what you need to do. Yeah.
Yeah, and to just for things to sink in, get into your brain, and as time goes on, obviously you can drop down to training once a week even.
Yeah.
But then my position at work changed to finishing at 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. sometimes, and no excuse not to join TCW. And actually, it was one of your mates, Don. Damian Slater made his appearance in TCW, and he wrestled against our standout wrestler Liam Lacey, absolute freak of a wrestling machine he is. And it was the first time in a few years. Very on and off sporadic of me going and watching TCW, even though it's like a 15-minute drive away. And I thought, I better go check out this Damian Slater. And he wrestled Liam Lacey. And I was like, Liam Lacey's strictly a product of Tasmanian Championship Wrestling, being trained here and that. This guy's so fucking good. I mean, they must know how to teach people how to wrestle. So I joined the week after.
Yeah.
I messaged the page, and they're like, "Oh yeah, come in on a Saturday," and been there since then. So
nice.
End of November, 2019.
Yeah, okay.
It was like a few days either side of my 36th birthday or whatever it was.
Yeah, nice. Well, that's something you guys can relate about is like the isolation. Like, Don lives in the most isolated city in the world, Tasmania, not easy to get to. You got to take the spirit of Tasmania over there, but you've managed to get out of there. Tell us about that.
It took a long time. I've been, we do 5, 6, 7 shows a year. There's only so much experience you can get doing that. I'm sure you guys are monthly over there, Don, right? You would have been wrestling monthly when you start?
So no, when I started, it was, every 6 to 8 weeks. Like when I first started, over the years, it has increased massively. Like we do the school shows as well as the main shows. The main shows are maybe 6 to 8, maybe 9, 10, depending on the year. But then the school shows are pretty much in between every single one, at least one show in between. So you're essentially doubling that. It's like 12 to 16 times a year. You get the opportunity to wrestle, which is fantastic, really.
Yeah. So I felt like I was finally at the stage where I can start reaching out, and I'd messaged a few companies, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we'll get back to you." They don't get back to you, and that puts me off another 6 months. It's like, all right, keep wrestling, and another 6 months. It's like, all right, I'll message some other places, nothing, and then it's like a few weeks at a time. I'll message these three, work up the nerve to do that. A near 40-year-old man getting nervous to message people about wrestling is ridiculous when you think about it. And then TNT, first person, like he put up a post on the AWF looking for new wrestlers, and he is like, "Yep, come on over." And that unfortunately that first show, my first interstate match was cancelled a few days beforehand.
Yep.
And then I'm at the it took so long for this just for it to be gone.
Yep.
And then I messaged everybody's mate Michael Lee.
Nice.
Like, I've got these flights to Sydney. I've got no show to wrestle on. Do you know anybody? What's on? Because he, you do his big wrap up every week on the Facebook page, and he's like, Wrestling Go's on, and so okay, I had one of the few places I hadn't actually contacted, so I messaged Wrestling Go. And I'm like, hey, this is who I am. I'm meant to do this. I'm happy just to do ring crew, just network and say good day or whatever. John messaged me back. Hey, I know who you are. You're on the show. You're wrestling such and such. It's like, fuck yeah, right.
Wicked.
So,
good man, Michael Lee. Good man to know in the wrestling community. If you don't already know Michael Lee, he runs the Australian wrestling community, much with yourself.
Yep.
And so reach out to these fellas. They're in the know.
Yeah. So with John, that led on to the Birdman connection, because I was having another. When I was going back, John let me defend the Northwest title from TCW at Wrestling Go, and he's like, "Oh, there's Birdman. Do you know who Birdman is?" Oh, not really. Like, he's got a show on the next day that you can wrestle on. So then I got that connection there, and then on that show was EC Brownie and some guys from Rockhampton. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'd love to come up to Rockhampton sometime. I had no idea where Rockhampton was. And they messaged me a couple of weeks later. It's like, do you want to come up? You can defend the title up against Dick Riggs. Like, Dick Riggs is one of my favorite Australian wrestlers. Yes.
Yeah.
And then it just snowballed into me somehow doing the right thing around all the right people, and now I'm just wrestling everywhere.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It took the longest time to wrestle in Victoria. I'd been all around Queensland, New South Wales before. Normally the first port of contact is Melbourne.
Well, it's
Victoria.
the closest to
Charlie Rose did it, and
Charlie Rose is getting around. Yeah, I've worked with Charlie Rose on shows before, so it's good to see everyone sort of coming up from Tasmania and getting out and about a bit more. To be honest, I mean, it's not as if travel has improved anything. You still got to take that jaunt across the Tasman, the odd 10-foot waves.
No one's taken the boat to wrestle. I can guarantee that.
Well, I was gonna ask, because I've never been to Tasmania. I'm like, is it flights only, or is there a ferry that doesn't?
There is a ferry, but it goes to Devonport. So then that's still like an hour and a bit away from Launceston. So majority of our shows are going to be in Launceston. We've only ran Hobart a couple of times. We are doing a Devonport one later this year. That's not public knowledge, but
oh shit, you heard it here first.
I won't say when, but
keep a lookout. Yeah, keep a lookout.
People are really spoiled when they come to Tasmania to wrestle, because Launceston's pretty small. We've got a really good crowd. The airport is 15 minutes from the venue. Like, I'm used to flying to Sydney. It's like, all right, it's going to be an hour and a half from the airport, connecting trains to get wherever. And that stuff is hard sometimes. People get pretty spoiled when they come down here.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. Well, I saw on the gorilla position, good mate of ours, good mate of the show, and I saw you say a quote is, sometimes I just want to pop the boys. Sometimes I'm more willing to entertain the people backstage or the person I'm wrestling against. Like, this is going to be so fun. I'm going to do this thing. They don't know I'm going to do it. and it's going to make them break character. And that's a quote from Inside the Gorilla Position. Now, is that what you're doing inside the ring, mate? Just doing this, going into business for yourself?
No, I'm not going to do it at the detriment of a match for the crowd, but just the bits in between the moves. Like I try to do some funny stuff, or just we're doing this to have a good time at the end of the day, I think. So
do you remember Don, when the Vagrant told Azazel that he smells well during a signing contract? It almost broke character.
No, I don't remember that. But no, there's a few guys who will do just little random things, just to not throw you off, but like just for a bit of a laugh. Like you'll take a big move and be selling, and someone will roll over and just like fucking twist your nipple or something real quick, just to fucking mess with you. So it's a thing that people do, but you can be done without messing with the match. So
I actually really liked what Mason Stoneheart had, one of his quotes from the Inside the Gorilla Position, about if you spend the this whole match thinking about the next spot, you miss the match. And I'm like, that's spot on. Like, and that's something I've got to like take on board more as well. So
yeah,
I'm wrestling Brian Kendrick and Johnny Hardwood this week, so I want to try to like experience the match. I don't want to be like, these are the spots. I'm stressed about that when it comes. But ideally, I'm just going to enjoy the match. And
no, that's good. That's the sign of a true worker as well. Like someone who you go out there, you've got the things you've got to do, but you've got to also pay respect to what's happening with the fans and the way they're reacting, and just sort of go with the flow of things. You might have planned 10 things in a row, but you do a couple things and then, oh wait, the thing I just did, they've really reacted to that, so I need to do a little bit more along those lines before we get back to the main track of everything. Because at the end of the day, they're paying to have a good time, and if you can entertain them while still having integrity in the match, like, you go hard, you do that shit.
Yeah. Like I had a match, it was I think it was 2 matches on one night for Birdman again a couple of years ago. And one of the matches was against Birdman, and you can't plan those. You don't know what's going to happen. You just got to go with it. And the other match I had it might have been a 3-way or something. Whatever it was more of a structured, you're hitting the beats. And then during pack up and that, Tyson Gibbs was there, and he's like, see, I really enjoyed your match with, like, I thought the match with Birdman, it was what it was. It's like, that was the better match because, it wasn't all planned out, and you felt the crowd, and you just, the energy was there, and I was like, okay, try to get more meat in the middle. I think.
Well, I think one of the matches one of your like main event matches that people talk about would be a Tasmania Exile, the loser leaves town match. How did that come about, mate?
It came about me wanting, maybe I was feeling a bit overlooked, or wasn't super happy with my position and what was happening, and to the extent that it was all in my head, and I just feel my expectations for myself, and I wasn't reaching those sort of things, and it wasn't planned this way, but now I'm looking at what I'm doing this year in February, the Loser Leaves Town matches, as not exactly the Cody Rhodes, doing the list and, but I'm kind of betting on myself in a way where I can be fulfilled outside of Tasmania. And, I had the match in Cairns earlier in the year. They took the super kick from James Storm and mixing it up with these guys. Got the match with Brian Kendrick, and all these opportunities I've had outside of Tasmania. Like I can be fulfilled.
Yes.
Doing my own thing, and there'll be so much pressure, more pressure on myself to return in TZW. I was like, oh, do I want to return, or am I happy in what my position is now around the country?
Yeah.
That's it. Well, I mean, there's quite a list of where you've been. There's Wrestling Go, FWA, Wrestle Strong Dojo, MXW, New Japan Tamashi, Venom, and AWF, Top End Wrestling quite recently, and of course next week Pro Wrestling Power, Extreme Capital Wrestling, Wrestling Alliance Rockhampton, and of course Alpha. You had the John Stop Action feud. Yeah, man. Why don't you
I've got Peak coming up in a few weeks as well.
Oh yeah, and you got Peak in Sydney in a few weeks. So why don't you move to the mainland, brother?
In the other show, I've got a really good job, and the cost of living in Tasmania is not so bad. Like I walk across the street, I'm at work in 2.5 minutes. I can be at work, be clocked on, and I can't give up my life down here. I've got kids down here, everything's here. Got my cat here,
Yeah. Yeah, life is in the aisle, mate.
But like, if I did live on the mainland, I'd be wrestling. Yeah, I could be wrestling every weekend if I had the same living conditions as here. But I would also probably get burnt out and hate it. And I'm really fortunate that I'm not in all these other locker rooms, because Tasmania is so isolated with our locker room here. We know each other. We see each other all the time, apart from the guys that live in Hobart. We don't see them as frequent. Mm-hmm. We can't get sick of each other in the same ways, and the infighting. And I just hop in and out of, all these different promotions locker rooms for a day or two at a time. And if I was there more, I'm sure I'd feel very different about what kind of energies they all have. And I'm not there long enough for people to hate me and for me to hate them.
I mean, you seem to have wrestled in about 15, 20 companies around Australia already. You're like almost through 1/3 of them already, mate.
Yeah.
Just, I guess, the gatekeepers of the scene, your PWAs, your MCW, your Riot, your EPW, you don't get a look in there, mate. They don't.
I know my place.
Yeah.
I know where I'm at. I'm not going to make any allusions to myself. That's me.
You wouldn't even go over for it.
I'm really happy with my position of where I'm. Like, not to say that there's places I haven't been that I want to go to yet. Like, there's a whole quadrant of Queensland wrestling I have never messaged, like Pro Wrestling League, Wide Bay, or those other ones. QWA. The kind of places I want to go to now are like the physical places I haven't been to before. Like, I can go. Like, I've never been to WA in any retrospect.
Yeah.
So go for a trip and wrestle there somewhere. I've never been to South Australia. It's like I'll probably go to PWSA or something. Go with my wife. It's like we've never been to Adelaide. I wrestled in Darwin. It was like I just want to see the country, and this helps give me a reason to see the country.
Yeah, 100%. Look, it's just one of those things, man, where if you put, like you said yourself, like you were nervous about getting in contact. If you put your mind to it, I'm fairly sure you'd be able to get into a few of those places. There may be some that it might be a bit more difficult, but you have something a little bit different that doesn't actually get around the country lot, which is that you're from Tasmania. And like any good booker would be like, well, I can sell that. Like, I can market the fact that this guy's from Tasmania, because it doesn't happen a lot. People coming out from Tasmania. So, I think if you took that same attitude you had, just sort of keep pushing, keep meeting people, like you say, you've gone here and gone there and met people, that will create those opportunities. So, you're never too old. You know what I mean? Like, we're about, I think we're
there.
No, don't get me wrong, we're about the same age. I've been doing it for a long fucking time, so I get how you're feeling, but that's the beauty of wrestling as well. There's different levels of engagement. Do you know what I mean? Like, at your peak, you can only go for so long, but then there's still ways to be around it, even if you're not at your like physical peak. So, no, man, keep pushing, keep playing.
But it looks like you've got those 15 or so companies that you can just rotate dates, and like they're sending you dates all the time, and you just pick what you want, or like,
it's normally like they would all have their private Facebook pages. Like, these are the dates for the year. Just sing out which ones you can do, or as a show comes around, they normally like who's available. Yep. I get way in because I need a flyer, so I was like, flights are cheap for these dates. Can I be on this one? So I've got 6 shows coming up for the rest of the year at this stage. Like, I would like to add a couple more. This was meant to be my year off. That was like, the Exile was like, I need a break, like a mental, emotional break from wrestling in Tassie. And
it sounds like you get that.
I was gonna play football with my brother, just country footy team, and I wasn't good enough. Played one game. There was too many players. It was a really bad team the last few years. They've won more games this year than they'd won in like the last 5 years combined. Yeah. So they're like, it's gonna be really hard for me to get back into the team. So it's like, well, I know I'm a lot better wrestler than I am footballer. So and then I've just sort of something lit a fire under me, and I've just like adding dates. So
good stuff.
You only live once, my friend. If it comes up opportunity, sometimes you got to grab in both hands.
Yeah, well, there was the opportunity I did give away, and I saw SFI at ACW instead. Like, we'll talk about the Birdman thing.
Yeah,
I was meant to make my return after 2 years away from APW. Yeah.
Yeah, so what's with the Birdman thing? Because I did catch you at the ACW that night, and you were meant to be performing for Birdman.
Yeah.
What happened there, mate?
So the decision was only made the day before. I took my own advice that I gave in the gorilla position interview. There was the advice is like, there's going to be more dates. I don't have to wrestle every single show. And I was like, I just feel like this is not worth it. Like, some of my absolute best times in wrestling has been at Birdman shows. I've made great friends, just had the best time ever. Just, it's a loose show. And I wasn't quite feeling it. And then Phil in the big group chat, and I know he's going to have fun watching this and making reels out of all us here. Just like, you need APW, like, to the group. It's like, you need APW, APW doesn't need you. I was like, I don't need TCW. I can go. Like, what makes you think I need to come over here and wrestle for you? So,
yeah, you took that as a You know what? I don't need.
My ego's not gonna take that. So it's like, it's a shame that I won't have those 2 extra matches on my cage match profile. But
what have you done, mate?
I was like, then I go to ACW. I have a great time there. I got my mate Goran. I haven't seen him for ages. He was at the show. Run into some other promoters from, I'm not going to name everybody, but people would catch up, do some networking.
Yeah.
I felt bad because my mate Matt from here, one of our trainees, he's like, let's go to. It was initially just go watch a Birdman show. It's like, you need to experience this. And then next thing I know, I'm booked on the show, and my mate's got flights. It's like, I feel really bad, but do you want to, is it all right if I don't wrestle on this? It's like, oh yeah, we'll go to that ACW thing. Yeah, okay. So it all worked out.
Oh, sweet.
Then I cut the promo on Birdman on the ACW socials, which was kind of a on the spot kind of thing, where they're like, oh, we're just interviewing people for the socials. Can we interview you? It's like, oh yeah. And so I was like, what's your name? I go, Doomslayer. It's like, oh my god, it is Doomslayer. I didn't realize.
Oh shit.
Like,
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, right, so we do it. So.
What did you think of the ACW night? Of course, we were there, and it was all right, except for the loud music and the infomercials, which Big Daddy Hassan has said, he coughed up that's too much, too much commercials, but yeah.
Yeah, I had a really good time, but it probably wasn't so much to do with the show, it was just being at the show with all the people and.
Yeah, it was good atmosphere.
I had some random person or a random fan come up to me with the Australian wrestling card of me to sign. I'm like, why do you have this here? I didn't know I was going to be here.
Yeah. They're sitting there with their book like, oh shit, there's Doomslayer.
Yeah. Got to catch them all.
So, yeah, I had a great time with the show, but I'll go again if I was on one. Although, looking at the comments on the YouTube page, I don't know if I could ever wrestle on a show that's viewed by so many people because, what if they'll hate me?
Oh, mate, then you're a heel.
This Doomslayer shit, though. No, not if they hate me, but if they just say I'm terrible.
Oh, mate, you're going to get that. It's called the bell curve. So, you got your fans this side, you got your haters this side, and somewhere in the middle is your audience. So don't worry about that shit, man. People hate the Don. I mean, how can you hate the Don? Everyone hates me, and some fucking, old fat cunts haven't even met me.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know what I mean, bro. So yeah, let's get that out there. And I mean, you've got some gripes as well, but I see you've listed heel wrestling managers or heel authority figures.
I mean, it's been nearly 30 years of heel authority figures in all aspects, different promotions. I'm not just singling out anyone, but can wrestling survive? Can we move on without the authority figure stuff?
I think it's
I can do a face authority figure is fine, but battling against the McMahons, your version of the McMahons, wherever you are, is it's too much.
It's done and done, isn't it?
Let's make the wrestlers the heels. That's a new idea. Yeah.
I think where it goes wrong is, like you say, people trying to have their McMahon storyline, but they never had they never run the storyline properly. They never have not when you say face, like a neutral, someone who's running the company or is that authority figure. They never run that long enough so that it is different. They're just like, oh, let's just here's the guy who runs the place is a jerk. And it's like, how does that sell tickets? Like, technically, if they don't like the guy who owns the company, they're not going to buy tickets to that show because they don't want to support that thing. So
like ACW, their first impression was, let's do the heel authority figure and all that sort of stuff. I'm like, God, really?
Yeah.
I was enjoying the show, and it's like, ugh, just
yeah. Like there was no initial just someone who runs the show and make sure everything runs fine, and if something happens, they can make a call on the night. You need to have that before you have the bad guy doing it, So tell the story, because that's what people are here for, telling stories.
I'll tell you something else other people are here for. Birdman seems to think this. Are you involved with trash bag wrestlers?
I'm not. Honestly, I'm not. And I don't think I know who it is. Like, I've been in a lot of locker rooms. I've met a lot of wrestlers that I'm friends with. I feel like if I knew who they were, they would have told me by now.
So if you haven't already, go check out Trash Bag Wrestlers, friend of the show. They're always doing some funny
friend
shit.
Friend of everybody.
Friend of everyone, yeah. Friend of the scene, Trash Bag Wrestlers, always putting up some funny shit. So and getting around with that. But you've got some massive upcoming matches. Why don't you tell us about those? The Brian Kendrick one coming up.
Yeah, so this weekend at Pro Wrestling Power in Cairns, 3-way for the PWP Cairns Championship against Johnny Hardwood, the champion, and the Brian Kendrick. So that's something to stress about on Saturday afternoon for me. But that's pretty big. I couldn't imagine little Tasmanian Doomslayer going this far. Like, even the other week, talking to one of the owners from TCW, he's like, "So how are you feeling about that?" I'm like, "No, that'd be pretty cool. Like, I'm not nervous now." And he's like, "It's pretty fucking cool." I've met Kendrick a couple of times at MXW shows. I think there might have been like 3 or 4 months between them. And the second time, he's like, "Hey man, how's Tasmania going?" and stuff. It's like, how do you remember me? Like, months later, like, I know I did the seminar with you and chatted with you a little bit the first time, but you've come back months later and you've been wherever you've been since then, and you remember who I am. So we'll see if he remembers me this week.
Yeah, so, I'm sure he will. As he's clocking you in the head and giving you the sliced bread.
Yeah. Choke me out with the bulldog.
Oh God! Let's not hear what you think's going to happen during the match, man.
No spoilers.
And then we've got to talk about this. Now, this is the Wrestling for Charity event. Now, we haven't covered this on the show because we're waiting for the month of August to start up and just going to get into it. But we feel like now's the time. Seeing you're on the event, tell us about this Wrestling for Charity event, please.
So there's John Crossfire, a big friend of Trash Bag Wrestling as well, as well, one of the frequent victims for some reason. John's putting this show together for charity show for tongue cancer, I believe.
Yep.
It's Body Slam tongue cancer. Tom Clancy.
Yep.
Tom Clancy.
Tongue Clancy.
We had a snipe cancer.
Good stuff.
So he's putting together that show, and I'm like, I can do this. I want to get out there. I want to see Goulburn. Apparently, I was there when I was a little child.
Yeah.
I think there was a photo of me in front of the big sheep somewhere. Yeah. So, just looking forward to getting out there and putting on the best match I can.
Yeah, get a fresh can of tinned peaches.
Is that a Goulburn?
Goulburn
Valley.
That's a Goulburn Valley thing.
Yep.
Have a whole song and dance about it.
I'd take some Tasmanian apples up there, I reckon.
Oh, mate, you'll be the talk of the town if you do that. Hey,
apples versus peaches. We might have a spot here. Thank you.
Hey, there you go. There you go.
I just can't bring apples back into Tasmania. I might get arrested at the border.
How do you like them apples?
But they're from here, goddammit.
Yeah.
And of course, coming up, you're a Peak Pro Wrestling friend of the show, Raneem, a semi-regular host, runs Peak Pro Wrestling, and he's coming up to New South Wales, and he's doing a couple of shows in New South Wales, and you're on them.
Yeah, I've got no idea who I'm against yet, but this is a long time coming for Peak Pro Wrestling. Back from its very first inception, I was like, I want to do it. He goes, yeah, love to have you. I actually tried to work out like a TCW versus Melbourne thing that sort of didn't come to fruition, obviously. back in the early days. But it's really hard running Friday shows, getting out of Tasmania. So so it's the Saturday show, and Sydney flights weren't too bad. So finally going to do it. Are you going to be there?
Awesome. I'm not. I've just got out of hospital, so I'm going to take a rest. But I will be up there in summer for the Sydney shows in summer. A little exclusive there. So yeah, and then you're off to Venom. Now Venom's an interesting one because it didn't run for a bit. Now it's back with a vengeance, isn't it?
When did it not run?
Sort of after COVID, we was like took a little break, and then for 6 months, 8 months, now it's back hardcore, and they're running lots of shows out of Venom, which is great to see them back.
Yeah, absolutely love my time at Venom. They don't have the ring that they were using before. The ring that I've wrestled in the low ring. Are you familiar, Don? You look like you might have been there.
No, I haven't been to Venom. No, I've only been to PWL up there in Queensland.
Yeah.
So
Cobra knows this, how much I love that ring. But now that's the training ring, and they bought some other company's ring that's not around. I think it was the APW ring or something.
Yeah.
The training ring. Oh, it's an absolute dream.
Yeah.
I'll take any move in that ring.
Nice.
And but looking forward to get back to Venom. That's not announced yet, but I've got a couple of returns to Venom, which would be really good. So.
Fantastic.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah. Well, no, it's good to have caught up with you, man, and like just you got you are facing Brian Kendrick this week, but I mean you've faced James Storm in a tag match before, so you kind of know a couple of the tricks of these internationals going around, that they'll use and think they come down here and use their bag of tricks on the Aussie guys. You're not going to put up with that?
I had that cage match that had Xyon Quinn in it as well. Speaking of Venom, last year, yeah.
Yep.
So it's just
what's wrestling Xyon Quinn? What's wrestling Xyon Quinn like? Because that's a man we don't get to see much in Victoria or travels around because he's deeply entrenched in rock and roll and Japan.
I think he's only done a couple matches in Australia. I think might have only been 3 matches, but yeah, he's in All Japan Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, All Japan.
He was just the nicest guy. Like that was the first international person, like somebody of that stature. And I was like, oh, this guy is gonna, just not really socialize with anyone.
Be a superstar.
But he was so approachable. He didn't name drop anything from WWE the entire time. Like he just people would have to bring up wrestling or whatever, and he didn't seem too. But he was. It worked out really well for me because all of his spots in the match involved me. So pretty much I was like, and then I'll do this. I'll crossbody and you catch it. Yeah, you do this and pop me up and do them. And then we'll do all these other bits. So all the bits that he retweeted or reposted or whatever on Instagram generally had me in it. So that was really good.
Sweet. So, yeah. All over the page. Yeah.
It worked out great for me. So, but yeah, such a nice gentleman.
Yeah, awesome. Well, go if you are in the area, check out Brian Kendrick versus Doomslayer versus Softcock?
Yeah, Johnny Softcock.
Yeah. Johnny Softcock?
Johnny Hardwood, yeah.
Johnny Hardwood, sorry, my bad. So go check that out. That is at Pro Wrestling Power in Cairns, is it? Yep. So that'll be pretty cool. So if you are in the Cairns area, definitely go check out Doomslayer. Doomslayer, thanks for coming on the show. I hope we've turned you around and made you a subscriber for life.
Yes, I'll lock myself out of YouTube so I can't make any alterations.
Shit. Brother. Well, when you get back in, make sure.
I might even set up more accounts and like them off that.
Yes.
Get a burner account going.
Yep.
Yeah. I need some burner accounts for a few things, I think, because if I want to get some real opinions out there, I need a burner.
Yes, that's it.
If you want... Take it from Don. If you want to get some real opinions out there and still get booked, you need a burner account. Thanks for coming.
He's really the trash bag cop. I know it.
Yeah. It's Don. It's Don.
Me,
it's really Don.
I have so much spare time in my life with the podcast and wrestling and family life. I was like, you know what? I don't have enough responsibility. Now I'm going to start a thing that's ragging on everyone. That's just cool. It's me.
Thanks for coming on, Doomslayer. It's been great to have you. And man, I'll catch you next on the mainland, or I am going to make my way down next time you're on in TCW and check it out. I'm definitely going to try and get down to one of the main shows at the end of the year. What's the main show you guys have down there at the end of the year? What's your big show?
February is the big show. Annihilation.
Awesome.
That's awesome. our WrestleMania, as we like to say, of TCW.
Yeah.
So,
hey, February is probably the right month for me to go down, so I don't fucking end up back in hospital though.
A little warmer, yeah.
A little warmer. What does it reach? 20? 18?
We have some hot days, but yeah, if we get to 17 degrees is a warm one for us.
Shit.
Oh, right. Shit.
Yeah.
All right. Good stuff, man.
Different kind of heat. Different kind of
Yeah,
heat.
it's different kind of heat.
It's cold
nice,
heat.
cool
Yeah.
heat. Yeah, it's cold heat. Yeah. All right, brother. I will see you then. But yeah, thanks for coming on the show, man. Appreciate it.
No worries at all.